Shure has introduced a light version of the digital wireless system.
Yes, about 3 years ago, Shure released our first digital wireless system, ULX D, and it's brilliant. We've got single channel receivers, dual channel, and also quad channel receivers as well. But we realised there was a gap in the marketplace in the kind of mid-tier area. So we've stripped down some of the features from the single channel receiver, and we brought out QLX D. It's a networkable digital wireless system.
And what is the price for one channel, and what do you save compared to the old system?
Okay, so a handheld system with an SM58 capsule is going to cost about £1,000. A body pack system minus a microphone will be about £900, and it's about £300 per channel cheaper than ULX D.
And what is the advantage of your system?
The advantage of our system, it's totally clean, transparent digital audio. Because we're now streaming just the digital audio, there's no noise that gets picked up in the analog transmission anymore.
In which situations can you really hear the difference between analog and digital wireless?
The difference is going to be in the dynamic range, really, because we're not having to put the audio through a compander before we modulate it onto a radio wave, but now it means we can get a much brighter dynamic range. We all know like the well-known test for an analog radio mic system to see how the compander deals with stuff by shaking some keys in front of the microphone. With this system, it's going to sound entirely transparent. You won't hear any clicking, any popping at all, because there is no compander. The first thing that the audio goes through is an analog to digital converter, and then that digital audio is transmitted instead.
And I'm sure that you have some advantages compared to your competitors.
Yeah, we've got something called encryption built onto these. So in a traditional analog radio mic system, there's no way of encrypting the signal. So if you were able to sit outside someone's meeting, you could tune the receiver onto the same frequency and pick up the audio. With a digital radio mic system, we're able to generate a 256-bit AES key inside of the receiver, sync the transmitter onto that same frequency. The receiver will give the transmitter the digital key, and then only that receiver will be able to unlock itself and open up when it sees the transmitter. So your data is protected. And the
dynamic range, how is that?
Dynamic range is great. We've got something built into the system called gain ranging. What happens, so typically you might have a very quiet sound source like a lapel microphone being plugged into a body pack, and in addition you might have a very hot sounding electric guitar plugged into a pack differently. So in order to make sure we can get both those signals through, the audio is routed through both a high gain and a low gain amplifier. Then both of those signals are transmitted to the receiver unit, and the receiver stitches those two things together digitally to make a composite signal, and then by using the gain buttons on the front of the receiver, you're able to select the higher or the lower parts of the gain area.
And this light system, I would say cheaper system, what do you not get when you want to save the £300?
Okay, there are a couple of things. There's only one receiver model available, just the single channel. With ULX D, there are dual channel and quad channel receivers. The dual and quad receivers have Dante, but these ones don't have Dante on the back of them. There's less information on the front screen. You can name the channels on the screen with ULX D, but you can't with these ones. And also there's no 12-volt DC antenna bias on the outputs here.